The
Weekly Review Jackson, boy.
and his limited edition action figure Jedi Joe motherfucking cool. What's up, y'all? We're here with the As Fuck Podcast. All your weekly shows, Monday Night Raw to Saturday Night Collision.
Yep. All the way through the week. Sometimes I throw in some extra stuff if I actually run across like watching Ring of Honor or like DPW or on the topic that week in that weekly review as well. Plus, probably for a pure pro or something like that, something that's local will be more of a. I'll put that as a standalone as well.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I do that with Raw, SmackDown, and stuff like that. Occasionally, more so like Raw. But because I see that people like to watch the Raw reviews.
Like, comment, subscribe.
So
hit that notification bell. Tell us what you want us to talk about.
If you like the Raw reviews,
the podcast,
chime into the first half of this, or not the first half, but the first little the Raw section.
Chat with us.
Yeah.
Come on, tell us what you liked about this week.
Rhyme on in.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's make things happen.
Woo.
Like I said, like always, big things.
We'll send you down.
Popping, little things stopping.
Send you down to Southwick Plaza Tobacco and Vape.
Yep.
Nordan Shopping Center Tobacco and Vape.
Yep. We got, what else?
Exotic Tobacco and Vape store
near
Sheets.
We got Lady Luck Pawn. We've got Sauce downtown. There's a store downtown. Hold on. I got the business card over here. Hold on.
We got a business card, ladies and gentlemen. There's a store downtown.
I should have been more ready for this, but like I forgot.
For those of our listeners in Danville, Virginia, check all these places out. And if you're driving through Danville, Virginia,
I think that's a URL right there. Hold on.
Too.
Let's get that in view so you can get that.
That is
if you can screenshot that, I don't know how.
A smart code.
Yeah, but if you can get it, yeah, there it is. But this place is called Sauce downtown, and they have a pair of sneakers. You can see that. Y'all saw me. If y'all watched the last weekly review, I was wearing a John Morrison shirt, which came from this place, and they have some other ones too. Stone Cold, some other ones. Sports stuff. They even buy stuff. So if you get down there, and you want to sell your old sneakers, they might actually take your old Nikes, Jordans, whatever.
Check out Sauce.
Sauce on what does that say? 527 Main Street, Danville, Virginia, 24541.
Go to Danville, Virginia.
And I'm going to tell you the hours real quick, letting you know. Closed on Mondays, Tuesday through Thursday is 12 to 7. Friday and Saturday is 12 to 8. Sunday is 12 to 7. So hit them up. Here's their store number, 434-857-2802, right? Yeah. No, is that 0207 right there? Because I can't make it out. It's either 0207.
434.
But it's a nice shop down there, guys. It's a fantastic shop down there. Fantastic.
857 2802.
2802. So call them up. Check them out. They buy, sell, trade. Sauce, Virginia, boy. Y'all go check them out. That's their plug ski for today. And then we got somewhere else too. There was somewhere else. Like I said, Lady Luck. There was somewhere
716 Wings.
716 Wings. I just had some McDonald's. So I guess that's the secret one. McDonald's. That's the secret word of today is McDonald's. Yeah. Anyway, so
chicken nuggets.
Is there anything else we need to plug ski?
Plugs.
I don't know. I don't know. Although we've got a fresh interview coming up, folks. The 20th of this month, it's going to be dropping. So it's Christian Noir. Now, I know we got a copyright infringement on it, or copyright on it or something. There's nothing copyrighted about it. I have no earthly idea what's going on here. And if it's for the thumbnail, I wish somebody would tell me something because I would switch something up. But other than that, it's coming out the 20th. Copyright or no copyright. So we're going and we're gonna, leap of faith there, okay? I'm gonna take another leap of faith on that. And we're just gonna do it. Okay. Anyway, so I guess first up is Raw then, since we've gotten everybody out
Raw
talked about.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was I've seen it. It was a big Raw. So we had Jey Uso and the New Day
versus
defeat
Gunther and
Imperium.
Imperium. It was
I just got a notification that we're live
Mhm.
just now.
wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We've been live for 5 minutes, and we just now got a notification that we're live.
Wow. Jey Uso and the New Day defeated Imperium.
Yes, the New Day defeated Imperium. That was a good match. I remember that match. Gunther and Jay had some hard-hitting fight there in that match. I'm excited about the build between their storyline for the IC title that I'm sure that Jey Uso is going after.
Yeah, definitely. Probably so. Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jay can get it soon anyway. Sooner than later. He's gonna get
You
it.
think he's going to take it from Gunther?
That's hard to say, but I mean, you know, him being like main event Uso, right? That's the main event one, right? Well, yeah. I see that happening because it's main event Uso. He's already worked that hard to be main event Uso. You know, he took years to do it, even though he was doing his doing the thing with his brother for so long. You know, and doing that since the day they broke in, you know.
Gunther's making a point that
And now they're both
he's
getting
only
single
only
shits.
ever been in a tag team, and it's only ever been 50% of the work. Gunther's like, I put in 100% of the work every time.
That is, I mean, that's true. That's true. But I mean,
He was talking mad shit, dude.
what about that spot? Uso was backstage. I can't remember which one it was, but Roman Reigns hugged him this week,
It was probably Jimmy.
and it sounded like it was the one that wasn't with him the whole time. It sounded like it was the one that was
Jay.
Because which one's the no yeet? Now I'm mixed up and confused.
No
again.
Yeet is Jimmy, because Jimmy is
Main
with
event
Roman.
Uso.
Jay is Yeet.
So he's main event Uso.
He's main event Uso.
Okay, so Yeet is main event Uso.
Yes.
No Yeet.
Blue is main event Uso.
All right.
Red is Bloodline Uso.
Well, yeah, okay. But that's Jimmy and Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So Jimmy's the.
Jimmy's the Bloodline Uso.
I know they have
Jay's the
tattoos
blue
that
Uso.
symbolize who's who, but it's hard.
I
I'm
have
sorry, they are
finally
closely-
separated them in my head as who they are now. I think
try.
I finally got it.
If I can just remember
Because
the
they're
blue
not
one,
together.
if I can just remember
They're
the
not
blue
together.
one is Jimmy, I'll be fine.
No. Blue one right now is Jay, main event Uso on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, if I can see what I'm saying, if I can just remember one of the colors.
Jay is blue, Jimmy is red.
Okay, so Jay, that's
Jay.
John. That's the one that's married to Naomi.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm figuring it out. It's Jay again. I feel like I'm a brand new baby to this. Bobby Lashley defeating Bronson Reed for Elimination Chamber
for qualification.
Yeah.
In the Elimination Chamber, yes.
That was a hard.
That was a
match,
hard-hitting
dude.
match too. I remember Bobby Lashley slamming Bronson, and I was very like flabbergasted. Like he picked him up and like power slammed him.
Yeah, I mean, even for somebody that you were like thinking that could do that, it's still impressive.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of how speedy it is, like how fast it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he struggles with it, then that's not showing their feat of strength with someone like him. You know how quickly he get him up and going. I guess would be more. But anyway, him beating him, and Bronson Reed's not in the picture for the Elimination Chamber kind of makes me kind of sad, because we're missing an opportunity for this Aussie to fucking like destroy and dismantle people in the Elimination Chamber. Come on now. Everybody wants that big, super big guy in the fucking something, you know? And we could have had that. And I'm not talking about big, like a muscular, I'm Arnold's next protege bullshit. That's not big guy I talk about. The big guy I like to see are guys like Bronson fucking Reed. Because they're the immovable object. Going up against the irresistible force, I guess. In that sense, going back to the 80s, you know, with Hogan and Big Show. Shit like that. Old Big Show and Hogan is later on. But whichever, you know. But someone like Bronson Reed, a freaking Vader. Those are big guys. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar, yeah, he's good, all that stuff. Back in the day, or someone with that size. or Batista better. I didn't really mean to. I'm so used to talking so loosely about Brock. But either way, fuck him. Batista. I need to be more looser with the lips with Batista. We need to talk about Batista and his big dick. And how big is Batista's dick? The ongoing meme. That's got to be implanted instead of this other guy. And Vince Russo's got to be implanted instead of Vince McMahon. It's all this. It's a scheme. It's domination that's going on here. Gotta reverse history right now and erase Daniel Bryan from history. Did you know that? Did you hear about that? Mm-hmm. It just happened. I think they just found about it today or yesterday or somewhere recent, where Daniel Bryan's Royal Rumble shit. I don't know if you remember, but Daniel Bryan wasn't even said. He's got a record or something in the books that was, I think acknowledged like last year or the year before, but it wasn't acknowledged. It's been erased. Daniel Bryan has been erased from WWE history.
Weird.
That's another thing I don't like about the WWE.
They do that.
They erase people.
They do.
And they, it's kind of crummy with certain situations, because if it's history, we should be able to take that in. But the person that they become or whatever, we should be able to say, okay, let's separate a little bit here, because so we're gonna stop watching a movie because Walter White's character, the Bryan Cranston, goes out and murders somebody. Now we can't actually watch Breaking Bad. Fuck that show. I loved it, but fuck it. Throw it in the trash. This guy's a murderer. I'm going with an extreme situation, but it still doesn't make that fucking sense, does it? Because now you can't like Breaking Bad, because now you're associating yourself with murder. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so we're gonna move on. We've got Liv Morgan defeating Zoe Starks. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. That was a fantastic match. That was fantastic. And Liv Morgan, beating Zoe Starks, for me, that's another match. I'm like, fuck, dude, this girl was just arrested. I don't care what for. I'm just saying she was just arrested. This is why there's this ongoing, speculation and conspiracy going on that, dang it, I forgot where I was going at. That shit about this, because it's like being rewarded. That's what I was gonna say. You go and get arrested, now you're rewarded. Same thing with the Usos. They've been arrested plenty of times and gotten the tag team championships. Like, you know what I'm saying. So some talent think of that as being rewarded. They're like, well, fuck the top. I think the top star. That's the next like fucking Shayna Baszler right there. What the hell are you talking about? JD McDonough defeating R-Truth.
That match was...
Who would have thought that?
It was funny because...
R-Truth should have won.
Truth came in and he was doing his whole thing, and Damian told him he wasn't part of the Judgment Day anymore, and they were all yelling and whatever, and they Truth still tried to be nice or something. And then they started beating up Truth, and DIY came down and saved him.
Yeah, and then backstage he was like, "It was can't believe I got saved by DX."
Yeah.
So now Truth thinks DIY is DX because
Triple H and Shawn Michaels, man.
Yeah, and I thought that was
He
something
got
else.
saved by Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
I have seen that clip so many times.
And he had 2 words for him.
So many fucking times since it's happened. Today, even. Of it. It was crazy.
LA Knight beat Ivar, and he qualified for the Elimination Chamber. We were talking about the Ivar being in the Elimination Chamber, and you were like, you weren't really excited about Ivar being in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I saw a picture of all the participants, and I thought it was the actual chamber promotion. And I didn't actually count how many guys were in it. And it was way over the number they used. So I'm like, oh, never mind. So I had a dumb moment. We were talking about it on the podcast or something like that one night. It was like, oh shit, here's the guys that's in the chamber. I mean, yeah, the chamber. It's like, then
you named like 10 different names.
Yeah,
I was like, that's way too many people.
I was like, well, this is gonna be interesting as hell with this many guys. I thought they were adding chambers this year. Let's do that. Let's add at least 1 or 2 more chambers. into the chamber so we can have more guys in it. So it'll be like 8-10 man deal. It's a lot of guys I throw in it right now. You know, good or bad, they throw in it. And then we had Shinsuke Nakamura
Shinsuke and Sami Zayn.
beating Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Shinsuke and Sammy, that was a good match too.
I guess we've gained a little, it looks like we've gained over a little bit of over 1 million or something people on the Raw ratings. Something like that. Whatever this is trying to tell me. It looks like that all through February and January or whatever. Looks good. They were in Lexington, Kentucky too.
Rupp Arena.
Yeah. And this whole rock thing is wild. You know, like, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it at all. But, you know,
Oh,
Raw
and
was
then
fantastic.
they had segment with Cody and Seth.
Oh, yeah.
And Seth was and Cody were talking about when Seth came to Cody's aid at the press conference when
Oh, yeah,
Rock
yeah.
slapped the shit out of him.
Yeah. Cody getting slapped the fuck out of. That was crazy.
And Seth was like, now you got to deal with two assholes that are bigger than they should be, basically talking about Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you know, I'm going to be in your corner. Like, you need a shield to protect you or something like that.
Yeah,
because he
he
had
made the
created
quote.
Roman and him had created the shield together.
Yeah.
And he said there's only one person who's uniquely suited to be your shield.
Yeah.
And I have a hint for you. He's a revolutionary. He's a visionary. His name is Seth freaking Rollins. Yeah.
I'm going to go explicit with it and just say fucking. Seth fucking Rollins.
Well, that's why I call myself Jedi Joe motherfucking Cool, because fuck
Jedi.
it.
Motherfucker. Oh, they call you Jedi Joe Cool. Joe Cole once again. So funny. Jedi Joe Cole. But yeah, that was Raw.
Yeah.
What's NXT?
NXT
I
weekly.
think we're
review.
about to get into it to NXT. And there was a lot of good stuff happening on NXT. And from NXT, I will.
We have Noam Dar
Dominate. That's what I'm
and
looking up. Dominate.
Oro Mensa defeated Von Wagner and Mr. Stone.
Yeah, that Mr. Stone being in that match was so cool because that's Robbie E from TNA, and a lot of people probably didn't expect him to go out there and actually be a wrestler, which was one thing because I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting him to go with the gimmick that he's doing right now, which is Mr. Stone, which he did, but he was wrestler Mr. Stone, leaving people confused, thinking, well, this is like the first manager that's actually came out here and actually been jacked because he's jacked. He's jacked. He's got a lot of muscles. So, yeah. Did I look this up wrong? I did. Anyway.
All right.
Yeah, so Mr. Stone, all jacked up.
Sorry. Trying to find. I had it, I thought, but it was being weird. All right. There we go. First match was Noam Dar and Oro Mensa with the Metaphor versus Von Wagner and Mr. Stone. So that was a good match.
It was a fantastic match. That he had his sons, Robert had his sons there, and it was really cool. A little spot with the kids being on there. It's awesome.
Noam Dar and Oro Mensa. Chase you back in business. Spring semester. Andre gave JC Jane her props for making this possible.
I'll try yours.
Hale
What you got?
says that she's going on a date with Riley Osborne. Adrian
That's good
Russo
talent,
interrupts
too.
the
Is
festivities.
this really called Cactus Jack?
Yeah, and JC gives Adriana the wad of cash she owes her. Then the second match was Ridge Holland versus Gallus in a gauntlet match. So we had Ridge Holland versus Wolfgang was the second match.
Good match. That was a good one. I like Wolfgang.
Ridge Holland eliminated Wolfgang. by hitting the Northern Girt. And then he had to
Oh,
face,
this is that gauntlet.
yeah.
match.
Then he
This
had to
was really
face
good.
Mark
Oh.
Coffey. And in the end of that match, he defeated
So Ridge, yeah, he won.
He
on
defeated-
disqualification.
Mark Coffey by disqualification because the Mark Coffey got himself disqualified. Then we had third match Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley.
That girl Tatum Paxley is getting kind of weird over here.
and Lola
Me and
Vice.
Lala Valkyrie is like going back to when Mickey James did that creepy thing with Trish Stratus still.
And then Lola Vice won that via submission. Then there was a fourth match, Adriana Risso versus Jada Parker.
Yeah, Jada Parker is good.
Jada Parker won that via pinfall.
Jack vignette happened.
And we had a Dijak vignette and a Baron Corbin telling Braun Breaker to stay focused. He hasn't held a title in 6 years. He wants to show up at Kansas City Chiefs Championship Parade tomorrow with
Then
one of the NXT title belts.
Hey, that's an accomplishment.
Then we had the fifth match on NXT was Carmelo Hayes versus Joe Gacy.
Man, what a wild one. Just Joe Gacy's getting wilder as they just let him turn up. You know, they keep turning Joe Gacy up, which is a good thing because that's what they did with the man Bray Wyatt. They did. I'm feeling the same vibes. I know I say it a lot on the show and stuff, but like I'm feeling major Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda vibes with this guy. And he's not even copying him, nowhere near copying him. It is fucking crazy. It's almost like CJ Parker crossed with Bray Wyatt. If anybody knows what the hell I'm talking about. CJ Parker probably goes way over people's heads. But his name is Juice Robinson now. So,
And
did this whole peace, love, and yeah.
Carmelo Hayes won against Joe Gacy via pinfall. Dijak put Gacy in a straitjacket and beat him up.
Yeah, that was wild.
Then we had Oba, Femi, and Lexus King segment.
Yeah, Oba being the champ, I like it. Like, he just broke into business. Just broke out. Breakout star or whatever. Just like, bam, champ.
Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs got into a backstage brawl.
Yeah, that's getting kind of sad on the other one, the mullet guy. I cannot remember their names. Who's who?
Ilya Dragunov indicated that he has unfinished business with Carmelo
Jensen was
Hayes.
the one.
Then we had Kiana James with Izzy Dame versus Brindley Reese.
Yeah, these NXT generated names are getting wilder and wilder too.
Kiana James won via pinfall.
Brindley Reese.
We had the seventh match was the family, the champions, versus the Wolf Dogs for the
Dogs.
NXT Tag Team Championship.
The Wolf Dogs. This is that. I thought it was gonna be a joke being called that, but they're not joking.
Winner and new NXT Tag Team Champions, the Wolf Dogs, via pinfall.
We got my boy Baron Corbin. We got my boy there, Braun Breaker, Tag Team Champions. Braun Breaker just signed a contract with SmackDown, I believe it was. Crazy, yeah. I like it. I like when they're doing the NXT crossing over champ, blah blah blah. So at some big show coming up soon, maybe the Wolf Dogs actually, I don't know, lose the belts. I don't know, or return during Stand and Deliver, and then they do something with Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Him being on the other show and stuff. But was that the main event? Dang, that was the main event. Okay, now you look up SmackDown. All right, so this is AEW Dynamite results for February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, so happy Corporate Love Day 2024. Tonight's episode was broadcasted live from the HEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas. I wonder if Matt Britton was there. We had Excalibur, Tony Schiavone. We had the Human Suplex Machine Taz. And they broadcast, that was the broadcast team that night. And it's Wednesday night, so you know what time it is. You know what day it is, too. It's Dynamite. Anyway, so we have FTR's Dax Hardwood, and this was good versus John Moxley. John Moxley versus Dax Hardwood. Great hard hitting match. I mean, that match was, yeah. I mean, Moxley bit the side of Dax's head during that match. They bulldog choked him. Moxley applied the bulldog choke on Dax. You know, we had stuff like that. You had what else was it? Randy Moxley catapulted Dax into the steel ring post. They slugged it in and out of the ring. I mean, you had Dax superplexed Moxley. That's off top. Excalibur sells a car crash in the center of the ring. Tough landing for both of them. Yeah. So that match was pretty hard hitting. I had a sharpshooter put on. Moxley escape, back body drop. Let's see. I had a just as awesome chant as well. But it's not saying who won the match. If it was a match. I don't even know. It did not say who won. Another sleeper hold while Claudia wrench back on and jumped into the ring. Well, what the hell? I don't know. It was a near fall. Justin Roberts announced there were two. Yeah, I guess it ended in the timer running out or whatever. So then we had Renee Paquette was backstage with Don Fallis and Takeshita and Powerhouse Mobs. They did their little thing back there. We had Undisputed Kingdom's Wardlow and Barrett Brown. So some new guy, some guy that we don't even know who he is. Some guy off Indies and got beat up. Rated R superstar Adam Copeland versus Daniel Garcia. You get that dance in. That dance. Anyway, Adam Copeland won that shit. There was a lot going on in that match. I mean, that was just a good match in general. We had Samoa Joe came out to the ring ahead of their AEW Revolution match that's coming up March 3rd. It's a three-way dance, dog. And Hangman versus Strickland versus Samoa Joe coming up. And they had this whole back and forth in the ring, and Strickland came out, freaking Hangman came out, did their deal. We had AEW's World Champion Toni Storm had the world premiere of her newest film, Wet Ink, which was her getting a tattoo changed to where it was something that her and Deonna Purrazzo got a long time ago as friends, and she put a knife through it, basically. That's a heel. That is a super heel. That's like MJF spits on your child type heel stuff right there. Renee Paquette was backstage with Deonna Purrazzo getting her reaction, and she was like, if that's how you want to play, that's how we're going to play then. You know what I'm saying? And that's just going to be a banger at Revolution. So y'all make sure y'all watch that AEW Revolution pay-per-view coming up March 3rd, I believe I said. AEW's EVPs Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, not me, but the other Matthew Jackson, the reject of the Jackson family right now. The Young Bucks, they come out there, they roll up in a limo, their tuxedos, they have tuxedos on that had the blood of Sting and Darby on them. And they fight top flight Dante and Darius Martin. And that match was fucking phenomenal. Just fucking phenomenal. And Matt and Nick win it, and they end up getting tag team title shots at Sting and Darby. The Young Bucks are glory hogs right now. They're doing that whole hog thing that they usually do. They want to hog everything. They want everything, and they don't want to give nobody nothing right now. They're taking everybody's spotlight. It's going to be on the Jacksons. And they ain't even real Jacksons. Their last name is Massey, for Christ's sake. But at least they represent the Jacksons here on Wrestling Matt YouTube channel. Renee Paquette was backstage with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Scissor me daddy. That's what they be saying, because they be bang banging and put your guns up, get your scissors out, and gang bang. I mean, bang bang scissor gang. Sex. I don't even know what the hell now.
Bang bang.
Anyway,
Scissor Gang.
we had them doing their thing backstage,
Bang,
because they
bang.
wild as hell.
Scissor Gang.
Then we had with Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway versus Sky Blue with the TBS champion Julia Hart, but she went backstage. She wasn't even out there the whole time. So good match though. Willow won. We have main event time. We had Texas Death Match.
Oh,
International champion Freshly Squeezed
Nice.
Orange Cassidy, because he's always freshly squeezed. Someone freshly squeezes this man every morning. I hope you know that. He gets freshly squeezed every morning. Bang, bang, bang. Versus Matt Taven. It's all right. He's representing the Matts out there in the world, so it was a good match. And they did the table stuff. They had to re-break the table because the first move didn't break the table, so they had to reposition it and break it. So, And that was the main event of Dynamite, and that was, it was a good Dynamite from this week. It was great. Fantastic.
And then we had KO and Dom squaring off in a qualifying elimination chamber match on Friday Night SmackDown. We're recounting the card and reviewing Friday Night SmackDown. So our first match for Friday Night SmackDown was KO and Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
Get man. He's getting
And
better.
I like Dom, man.
He's
I
still a
have.
pro.
Then we have in the elimination qualifying match, R-Truth came out and provided help to KO in the match. Dom tried to get R-Truth to throw him in a chair and gaslight him and pretend like he was part of the Judgment Day again,
Right.
so he could get some help. But then off of that distraction,
Oh.
R-Truth went and sat on the chair, and that allowed Kevin to hit the pop-up power bomb and enter the elimination chamber in the qualifying against Dominic Mysterio. So we got KO going into the men's chamber. Then we had our second match was Tiffany Stratton
Oh, yeah.
and Zelina Vega
This is
to
good.
qualify for elimination chamber. So the Hardcore Barbie versus Zelina Vega, and the Hardcore Barbie qualified for the elimination chamber. So we've got Tiffany Stratton going into the women's elimination chamber.
Was that, what date was the SmackDown? The 16th or 15th?
16.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong date. All right. I don't know how I got on the wrong date. All right.
Then our third match was AOP versus Javier
Yeah.
Bernal and Bu Morris.
Two
Bo
NXT
Morris.
guys that they're throwing over here.
Akam and Razor marked their SmackDown return with a victory after they took out the NXT superstars Javier Bernal and Bo Morris. Yeah.
Yeah, they took them out pretty quick.
Akam and Razor delivered a huge warning as they won in a convincing, quick fashion with the Super Collider and an impressive double team maneuver. Logan Paul and
One
The
of the most famous
Miz
people in the world right
fought
now.
each other for qualifying match in the Elimination Chamber, and Logan Paul defeated The Miz and qualified for the Elimination Chamber. The last Elimination Chamber spot was awarded to Logan Paul.
Yeah,
Now we officially have our men's Elimination Chamber
we have Logan Paul on it.
100% completed.
Wild. I mean, would you put the Miz in it over Logan?
I like The Miz.
And I like Logan over the Miz. Take one evil over the other evil. You know what I'm saying?
At
The
least,
Miz is like the
at least
devil.
The Miz is a full-time wrestler, dude.
The Miz is the devil.
He's a full-time wrestler.
Yeah, he's a
Logan
full-time
Paul
ass
is not
jerker. I'm just playing.
full-time.
I like the Miz sometimes, occasionally. The Naomi and Alba Fire match was good.
Then we had another Elimination Chamber women's qualifying match versus Naomi versus Alba Fire, and Naomi defeated Alba Fire to enter the women's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
We had Nick Aldis announcing Braun Breaker signed to officially SmackDown.
Yep. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. How's it going? It's weird now. Tag team championships of NXTs. They gotta go pee. Can't you see?
Ron Breaker is officially signed to SmackDown,
Yeah.
and he is friends with Baron Corbin on the tag team, the Wolf Dogs, and he has won the NXT Tag Team Championships recently. So
Yep.
what are we doing?
I have no clue. At this point, I don't know what they're trying to do. But I mean,
SmackDown.
maybe they're trying to
continues-
get a team to be on the WrestleMania.
SmackDown continues its trend of signing marquee free agent superstars as Nick Aldis locks in Braun Breaker to a SmackDown contract. Then we had The Rock and Roman Reigns segment where The Rock officially joined the Bloodline.
So okay, now this is setting up for
And the head of the table combined forces to make the unstoppable Bloodline.
who's the snake's head.
But
and
you know
who's
what's
the
funny?
snake's tail.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? Everything I kept seeing posted,
doing
everybody's
a
got
new
one
nation.
finger, up, right?
Yeah.
Except for The Rock, who's got the loser sign.
What's he
It's an
doing?
L. He has his thumb out instead of the fist like everybody else.
Oh yeah.
And people have been alluding to the fact that maybe Rock is saying that Roman is going to lose, and that's a spoiler for WrestleMania.
Oh wow. That's wild speculations there. I don't know what to make about that one.
Because look at that. I'll try to pause it when it. That's going to be.
Maybe that's what he thought was supposed to be doing. Maybe that's what he thought. And he just was like, yo, I thought old. I don't know. I'm 50. 100 years old. I don't know. The Rock was born when the rest of the Rocks were born. He was here when the creation of mankind was here.
Bloodline.
Type of a shirt that looks like from the past.
Yes.
From that one moment, long time ago.
Rocky sucks. Rocky sucks.
sucks. The Rock sucks. We don't like him. He sucks booty hole.
You're not friends anymore. We're not friends anymore, Rock. I liked you at first, but you're a bad guy now.
You're a bad guy. Bad guy.
You're a heel, dude. You joined the Bloodline.
Yeah, and he's gonna be the bloodline leader too. He's gonna
I mean,
make
he
Roman's back.
almost had to be a heel when everybody started chanting "Rocky sucks" and he came back and everybody was mean to him.
Yeah, well, everybody hates The Rock. Boy. Yeah, I mean, but that was a great
Anyway,
segment
that was a good
on
segment.
on SmackDown.
On SmackDown.
Was the whole
Monday.
the Rock,
Friday Night SmackDown.
the Rock and stuff. But we come from the HEB Center again in Cedar Park, Texas. And it's Friday, so you know what time it is. It's Rampage, boy. And we had Jeff Hardy in the first match, no disqualification, against Sammy Guevara.
Nice.
Sammy Guevara. Give me the views.
What kind of spots did they hit? Because I know Jeff did something crazy. No DQ.
We had a lot of stuff. We had a chop by Jeff. We had a chop by Sammy. We had Jeff attack quickly and hits to the outside. Looking for a ladder. Baseball slide by Sammy into the ladder, into the Jeff. Jeff with the running clothesline off the apron to the Sammy. Out of the nowhere. Both guys are on the apron now as Jeff seemingly looks for a pile driver. But Sammy counters with a thrust kick and driving double stomp off the tops to the aprons, 2 counts. Sammy then chokes the Jeff with the neck brace he took off from a fan. He took a neck brace off a fan, dude.
Crazy.
Despicable me's. Little bitches. Anyway, like and subscribe, people. That's what they're telling me right here, too. They're saying
Like, comment, subscribe.
It says Sammy then chokes Jeff because he did not subscribe to Wrestling Mat podcast or like this video or any other videos. That's what it says right here in black and white. It says he choked Jeff because of it. All right, but then Jeff returns by saying the guardrail. That's why I didn't subscribe. Anyway, so he sends Sammy into the guardrail. Basically, he's saying this is why I didn't sub, because here's a guardrail. Jeff sets up the stairs, in front of the corner and goes old school in the corner.
Old school.
His old stuff he used to do, I guess. Jeff then throws a chair at Sammy's face in the ring, and both guys fight to the top of the ladder to receive the Highest Fuck podcast. Congratulations for joining us.
Congratulations.
Anyway, Jeff then throws a chair. Never mind. There was a twist of fate off the ladder.
That's what it
The
was.
1-2, no. Both guys fight to the outside. Now Jeff sets up a table and a huge ladder. Jeff sets Sammy up on it, but Sammy catches him. Sammy takes Jeff back into the ring, hits him in the face with the chair, and sets up a chair around Jeff's neck before, all because he didn't subscribe. Jeez,
Hit that notification bell.
what is next, dude? He did a twist and cutter just because he didn't subscribe. Sammy decided against the pin and sets Jeff up on the table at ringside before climbing up the insanely high ladder at ringside. Take a shot, take a hit. Senton by Sammy. Sammy comes off the top with a shooting star press, and Jeff gets the knees up, and Sammy's knee absolutely crushes Jeff's face. Wow. This is all because of not subscribing. This is crazy, bro. You do not want to sound like Jeff. Referee Paul Turner steps in, and we get a medical break, and the guy quickly go to finish as Sammy wins with the go to hell move. So that was pretty wild. The car crash again here. That's what they're saying. Yep. Let's see. Car crash, blah, blah, blah. Bloodstains with Jeff Hardy. After the match, Don Fallis is here with the Powerhouse Bobs. Hits the ring. Spine Buster's the world's strongest slam to Sammy. Spine Buster and world's strongest slam. Whatever. Renee is in the back with Brian Cage and Prince. He's going to get the ass beaten he's been waiting for. Moxley and Claudio had to teach the young guys in FTR lessons. Ruby Soho is Renee Young, Saraya and Haley. Saraya says she forgives Ruby, but Ruby says she isn't sorry. Ruby says she's a grown-ass woman, and what's best for her is space, especially from Saraya. We had Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erichs. A blast from the past. Mixing with the blast from the past Sons versus Ramiro Cruz, Hit and Shimbashi. There's a guy named Hit, Hitt. Put an S in front of it. Probably how he works. Kicks and all that stuff. So that's good. The winners are Dustin Rhodes, of course, and the blast from past Sons. We had Tony Storm makes an example out of Mariah May, whatever. And then we had Queen Amanata versus Anna Jay, and Queen Amanata won. That's actually good for her. Good for her. That was good, dude. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Bang Bang Scissor Gang versus Dark Order, Jay Lethal and Satnam Singh. Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, and Jeff Jarrett. What the fuck? Who the fuck's booking this stupid shit? Who puts Dark Order with Jay Lethal? They're heels. Dark Order, funny and serious at the same time. So I don't count them as heels here. Doesn't make any sense here. And then the Bang Bang Scissor Gang are heels. But their faces. Kind of confusing match here, but we'll take it as is. Scissor Gang won, so it doesn't really matter. But still, and that'd be on a gaming channel, people. That was the main event. And if you want to check out wild matches like that on an actual gaming channel and not on your TV screen, then come check it out on Lick My Plate. Gaming channel on the YouTube. Go check it out. Link in description. Later.
Then we have
Check it out.
Saturday Collision results.
My favorite night of the week. The night before the weekly review. which is Collision Boy.
Oh, that's
Yes, boy.
December 23rd. Whoops.
Yes, boy. Everybody must be at church or something, because ain't nobody popped up, which is all right. I'm fine with that. This is basically just, till you watch later, too. You can do whatever you want to. We're falling. We're falling down.
We fell.
We fell down. When I'm sitting on house spelling, it was good for the placement of faces. But the placement of faces is fucked up. Face recognition, 2 faces. It's actually pretty good.
We had an AEW TNT Championship with Wardlow as the champion versus Luchasaurus with Christian Cage on Saturday Night Collision.
I'm trying to be a director when I grew up.
You're ridiculous. What are you doing?
I don't know what eyesight that is, or what.
All right.
I was sitting on the mountain up here. I felt like we were sitting on a mountain.
We had AEW TNT Championship Wardlow versus Luchasaurus
Goodness.
with Christian Cage.
The weekly review is close to being over.
Luchasaurus.
I mean, it's the best way to review everything instead of me putting out individual.
Winner and new AEW
Luchasaurus.
Number 2, Andrade El Idolo versus Buddy Matthews.
This is I gotta still watch these shows. These are the results.
Andrade El
Let's be honest.
Idolo won versus Buddy Matthews.
So that person that lost is because they didn't like and subscribe.
He beat Buddy Matthews.
So if you see someone losing on the TV, that person didn't like and subscribe.
He didn't like and comment and subscribe to the Highest Folk podcast.
I didn't subscribe.
Number 3 match was Miro
Miro's losing his wife because he didn't subscribe.
versus Tony Nese. Versus Tony
That's
Nese.
what I heard.
Miro won the match.
Miro's a beast, though. He's the redeemer of all redeemers. He is God's only son,
Then-
favorite.
Then we had
Whatever. Same thing.
Sky Blue
Sky Black.
and Willow Nightingale
She should be called Sky. Why again?
versus
We on
Tony,
Collision?
versus Tony Storm
We're on Collision.
and Ruby Soho.
Damn. Didn't they just do that on Rampage like the night before? Damn.
Ruby Soho. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure you said Willow Nightingale versus
Sky Blue and
Sky
Willow.
Blue.
Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale versus
Oh.
Tony Storm and Ruby
I
Soho.
didn't catch that. I thought those other girls were just out there being managers or something. Dang.
Sky Blue and Nightingale
It's
won.
honest.
Beat Ruby Soho and Tony Storm.
Another thing is, why is what I'm calling Sky Black, because she's part of the House of Black, why is she tagged up with a face? Oh, my head hurts. I don't think this has been, so far, this is not a good episode of Collision.
Bullet Club Gold and Samoa Joe
I think this is old.
versus FTR and CM Punk. But it does have CM Punk's name in it, so it definitely is old.
Take a shot, take a hit.
I was reading the
I knew
wrong
it sounded
card,
wild.
guys. Guess what?
Well, that's fine.
This is the Highest Folk
It's the highest
podcast.
podcast. See, if I do this with my beard, guys, I have no mouth. See this? No mouth. Looks like I have a mask on. You know, so if I tape this up here like this during COVID, people would think I have a mask on. Boom, there's my face, bro. But anyway, we gonna get this party straight. That was some results from last year, I believe, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's all good. Be the 17th, won't it? The 17th of the 24th. I was wondering, that collision did not sound right.
Saturday collision results, February 17th, 2024.
I'm coming at you live anyway. We it just happens. The internet told us that it was today. They told us yesterday that today was today. So it's all good. That's what the internet tells you. what we got?
There were no events Friday night. There's no new episode of Collision tonight, February 17th. There was no episode.
Shitting me? Wow. That's why I didn't DVR it.
AEW Collision has been a Saturday night stalwart since its debut, but that might force it to change times or be preempted altogether. This weekend was one of those times. It's NBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis with some of the most popular events taking place. Events on Friday night as well, so there really was no place to shift Collision. You guessed it. That means there is no new episode of AEW Collision tonight, February 17th.
Okay. Well, damn, guys. Well,
there was no Collision.
No Collision.
That's why we didn't find the Collision card for 2024.
Yeah. That's why we found an old one from last year. So that's actually probably the first Collision I think has collisioned.
This is the High Star Podcast, and this happens when we're live.
Yeah. So it's like recorded or something. That's on my behalf.
There was no Collision.
We're down here now. We're in it. We're in it to win it, people.
Maybe this has been the High as Fuck Podcast.
This has been the live High as Fuck weekly edition of this podcast, and we pray that everybody has a great day and that we don't fall no more.
God,
and that you stay hydrated while you're getting high. Go to Salsa the Boss.
Go there.
Go to the Saucy's hit this little square thing right there. I don't know. If you make a purchase there, they will give you like $3 off your shoe cleaning. And I heard they're really good shoe cleaners too. Anyway, so that has been the High as Fuck
This has
Podcast
been the High as
with
Fuck
your
Podcast.
boys,
Live
Matt Jackson,
review.
Batman, and Jedi Joe Cole.
Cool.
And we're out like Elvis Presley's nutsack.